Minor adjustments is dedicated to preventing and reducing crime. Our primary purpose is to teach men or women how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary in their lives, which will allow them to obtain and maintain a productive lifestyle after incarceration and or rehabilitation. Our motto is anywhere but backwards. Everybody say anywhere but backwards. The words in that mission statement, it says to obtain, and the other one is maintain. Listen to me. To obtain means to come into the possession of something. Maintain means to keep it in existence. Listen. The reason why I say that, everybody say to obtain my sobriety is easy. Our challenge is to maintain it. Say to obtain our sobriety is easy. Our challenge is to maintain it. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for them. Minor adjustments. Welcome everybody to the Minor Adjustments virtual group. My name is Michael Mickey Williams Jr. I'm one of the founders of the Minor Adjustments program. So I want to welcome everybody. I pray that you have a great day today. It has been beautiful down here in New Jersey. So today we're going to, as always, I want to make sure that you understand our motto is anywhere but backward. Anywhere but backward. So we want to welcome everybody to the virtual group. We're here every Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm glad to see a lot of individuals are tuned in online. It's good to have everybody locked in. Again, if you we're going to go through this particular book, the Minor Adjustments Workbook. We've been going over lessons from there. Today we're going to go on another lesson. If you do not have the book, I can put the link to get the workbook into the comment section just in case you do not have it. And we've been going through different chapters or different sections of this particular book. So today we're going to look at another section, another part of the particular workbook. I first want to say to anybody out there, if you're currently in a place where you are actively in a relapse state or currently using and you need to get in some type of facility or anything like that, please inbox me, contact me, get connected with me in some type of way, and I can look for different services for you in whatever area you might be in. Again, just all you got to do is inbox me and let me know. Also go to the website, our minoradjustments.org website. It's a lot of different things on there that you can connect with to help you in your process of recovery or rehabilitation or re-entry or whatever you might need to make some minor adjustments in. There's a lot of different things there for individuals. I pray that you were able to log on to the website later whenever you can, and we'll go from there. All right. Let's look at our mission statement. Let's go to page 5. I want to unpack this here. It says minor adjustments is dedicated to preventing and reducing crime. Our primary purpose is to teach men and women how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary in their lives, which will allow them to obtain and maintain a productive lifestyle after incarceration and or rehabilitation. If you notice on the screen, the words obtain and maintain are highlighted, and they're very big. And the reason why that, I have a reason why. Let's go to page 6. It says to obtain means to come into the possession of something. To maintain means to keep it in existence. Why is that so important? I realized that I kept obtaining my sobriety. However, I didn't have the right relapse prevention skills. My faith wasn't developed enough. My spirituality was terrible. I didn't have mentors, sponsors, spiritual advisors. I didn't have any of that. So to attain my sobriety is easy. The challenge is to maintain it. In order to maintain it, which means to keep it in existence, means you got to get the necessary things you need to help you in the process to help you maintain it. Or if you think about it, in August 2009 was the first time or the last time that I used any substance or any type of alcohol, right? I didn't have to go get my sobriety in August 2010. And the reason is simple. The only reason why I didn't have to go get it in August 2010 is because all I had to do was maintain it when I received it or obtained it in 2009. I hope you understand that. And during the process of us doing these classes, I'll be trying to teach individuals by not only things that we're reading on the screen or reading in the book. I'm telling you what I did with my own personal life. Once I came to the knowledge of the truth that I already have the sobriety, I'm already delivered, I'm already away from it. I can't go, remember our motto. Now I realize that I can't go back to what I used to do. So that was the number one minor adjustment that you have to make in your life. Once you are removed from it, you have to lock in these three words: anywhere but backward. Once you lock those in, that's a great thing. Now, once you have that, you need to build up your recovery support network or your team, if you will. You need to build that up. It's very important you build those things up because you're going to need assistance along the way. All right. So to obtain your sobriety, that actually is the easy part. We put a lot of effort. We make it big as is. We make it big than it really is. Because once you have this sobriety, once you have been delivered, once you have been free from that stronghold, you can't get no more free than free. Right? So once you're done with it, don't go back to it. Now you get everything you need to keep your process going forward and to help you maintain what you have already obtained. I hope you understanding that. I hope you really getting these things. Okay. Let's go to we're going to look at we talked about purpose. We talk about surrender. Now let's look at I'm going to go to, I think it's always visualized vertically. We're going to go to. I hope y'all are doing the lessons that we are not covering. For those who have the book, I hope you're doing the lessons that we don't cover. Hey, Mom, God bless you. God bless you. I hope y'all covering the lessons that we didn't go over. So every week, or every time we do the group, I have an expectation for each group. This particular lesson we're going to have, it says everyone will learn what they need to learn in the development stage. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Everyone will learn what they need to learn in their development stage. So this lesson is going to be part one. We're not going to do two parts. We're going to do just part one. Always visualize vertically. Always live off of your vision and never live off of your sight. Your sight shows you what's now, but your vision shows you what's to come. Unbelief in ourselves are so prevalent that I do not wish to say anything that might be interpreted as excusing it. But for all of our being so slow to believe in ourselves, I still think that we sometimes blame ourselves for unbelief when our trouble is nothing more than our inability to visualize. If you have a willing mind and are truly ready to make some minor adjustments in your life, you will have to learn how to always visualize vertically. Now, always visualizing vertically is a twofold thing. One, always visualize vertically. I'm always directing individuals to God, right? That's one aspect. Always visualizing vertically also means always looking for something higher than where you are. Always looking for something higher, meaning your life might be in the place where you are in a treatment facility, but that doesn't mean that's the end all for your life. When I was actively using drugs and my life was where it was when I was actively using, watch this, I always told my wife that my life won't always be like that. even though I had no clue how God would change my life or how things would be, or I never thought I was going to be a substance abuse counselor, none of that. But I always visualized vertically. I always knew that it was something higher than where I was currently at. So when you always visualize vertically, you have to always see yourself on doing better than what you are right now. You have to visualize it. I literally be having visions about stuff. Some of them come in the forms of a dream, or sometimes I might be just sitting there meditating on stuff, and I'll get visions about things. And you can always see your life in a different perspective, even though you might be currently at one level. But if you have a vision, right? If you have a vision, you can see things past where your current circumstances are. Don't let your circumstances dictate you from having a vision. I hope you understand that. So remember the expectation for the day when I said everyone will learn what they need to learn in their development stage. See, one of the most underestimated things that individuals get, I learned this because I'm a purpose-driven individual and I like to teach about purpose. But what a lot of individuals miss is the journey. See, a lot of people want to see the end result of a lot of things. However, they neglect to pay attention when they're actually going through the journey or the process, the journey, whatever you want to call it. A lot of individuals, when you're going through different things, we overlook the journey or the development stage because we think that we're looking at the end result. Yes, I want you to visualize vertically, but do not underestimate when you're in your development stage. And the reason why that's important, because when you're in your development stage, the things, thank you, Lord, the things you need that help you maintain when you go to a higher level, you're going to obtain them in your development stage. I'm telling you something that I literally had to learn. But watch this. Everyone will learn what they need to learn in their development stage. Now, I always thought when a caterpillar is a caterpillar and he goes into the cocoon and then he goes on to be the adult butterfly, I always thought that was the process. The caterpillar goes from being a caterpillar, he goes in this cocoon, and then he comes out and be the adult butterfly. However, I found out that when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, the caterpillar is actually called the pupa. The pupa, P-U-P-A. The pupa, if you look up the word, it says it's the insect that's in the stage of development. So before the caterpillar becomes the adult butterfly, the insect has to go to what's called the stage of development. Why is that important? Everybody has to realize wherever you are in your currently right now, if you're in a facility, the facility, watch this, that's your stage of development. If you're outside a facility and you doing your recovery support meetings, you're going to church, you're going to 12 steps, you're doing whatever process you're in, you got to understand that's simply your stage of development. Before you can grow up to be the adult butterfly, you have to learn what you need to learn while you're in your development stage. I'm not telling you this because I didn't do it, because when I first got my first year removed from that, I have been going through different stages. But every time I was in each stage, I learned what I needed to learn in that development stage. Before I was able to go to the next level of being a drug counselor, I was a janitor. I was cleaning the church and I was cleaning the bathrooms. But while I was the janitor, I was learning what I needed to learn because I knew that that was simply my development stage. So everyone must learn what they need to learn when you're in your development stage. Inside the facilities that you might currently be in right now, right? You might be in a facility. Don't just waste time in the facility and think you have a lot of free time. You need free time so you can rest and all of that. But you want to understand it. You want to look at that facility like this. This is my stage of development. I need to learn everything I need to learn while I'm in my development stage. So while you're there, Don't try to get it all, but understand that this place or wherever you might be is your stage of development. I hope y'all get that. That's very important that you understand your stage of development. The word visualize means to form a mental image of something incapable of being viewed, not currently visible. So to visualize means to form a mental image of. Oh man, see, I mess around and get myself happy. I used to have a mental image of me never doing drugs again. Now watch this. I had those images right after I was using substances. That's so crazy. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Because I used to visualize me never doing it after I just done it. And that's so crazy because we're going to learn something. We're going to learn a good word here. Watch this. Who do you visualize about? Watch this. When our dominant desires are bad, our whole life is bad. When the desires are good, our life comes up to the level of our desires. And that was written by A.W. Tozer, one of my authors that I love to read about. When our dominant desires are bad, our whole life is bad. When the desires are good, our life comes up to the level of our desires. So whatever dominant desires we have, if they're positive, if they're focused on something that's fruitful, then that's what's going to be attracted to us. But if those desires, if those things are bad, we shouldn't be shocked when bad things run our way. If our desires are bad, it's going to motivate and be the same way. You got to understand that. What's up, sis? How you doing? Let's see what we got here. Who do you visualize? When our dominant desires are bad, our whole life is bad. When the desires are good, our life comes up to the level of our desires. And in the Bible, it says that when a person is drawn away by their own evil desires and enticed, a person is drawn away by their own evil desires and enticed, their own evil desires. Let's look at the next page here. We got good stuff. All right. What happens when you do? The first question is, who do you visualize about? What happens when you do? Where do you form that? Where did you form that image from? Because a lot of times when we have these images, we got to understand, where did that image come from? Did it come from false beliefs growing up? Did it come from somebody else experiencing something bad and they tell you it's going to happen to you? Where did that come from? Why do you think that image is in your mind? So when you figure out what you go back to the first the bullet, what do you visualize about? And you say, why do you think that image is in your mind? So when you're thinking about, remember, we're talking about always visualize vertically. When you think about why that image, why do you think that image is in your mind? You need to find out whatever that image is that you have at the forefront of your mind, especially if it's a bad image. Now I'm talking about, thank you, Lord. Even if it's a positive image, why do you think that image is in your mind? Like I got image of trying to help other individuals who struggle with all types of substances, strongholds, whatever, right? That image is in my mind is because God has been so merciful and grateful to me that my purpose is to help individuals. And that's why I got an image of helping other individuals. What does your sight show you? Now watch this word here. The word is comorbidity. And comorbidity is a medical term. It's two or more issues occurring in the same person. They can occur at the same time or one after another. The reason why I love this word and I'm using it for life application for recovery is you can have a vision and you can have your sight. Let me go back here. Watch this. Always live off your vision, never live off your sight. You see that? Always live off your vision, never live off your sight. And the reason why the word comorbidity is important is two or more issues occurring at the same time. They can occur at the same time or one after another. So you can have your vision and you can have your sight. Your sight shows you what's now, but your vision can show you what's to come. Remember, my sight showed me I was actively using drugs, but my vision was showing me away from drugs. So you can have your sight and your vision operating at the same time, but your sight will only show you, woo-wee, your sight can only show you what's currently happening right now, but the vision can go past what's happening right now, and it can put you into a perfect situation where you can see things that's beyond your sight. Oh man, but you got to always visualize vertically. You have to always visualize vertically. Always visualize vertically. Do not stop. Remember, the word is comorbidity. It's two or more issues occurring at the same time, occurring in the same person. They can occur at the same time or one after another. So you have your sight and you have your vision. Let me go back again. Always live off of your vision. Never live off your sight. Your sight shows you what's now, but your vision shows you what's to come. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. What does your vision show you? Miles Monroe said, your vision is the preview of your purpose. So if you have a vision of something, right, you might have a vision of doing something positive in your community. You might have a vision of getting your relationship with your children back. You might have a vision of your marriage being restored, or you might have a vision of you probably never was married, or getting married and having children and purchasing a home. It says your vision is a preview of your purpose. So if you have some type of vision, I hope you got something. I hope you have a vision about something. If you have any type of vision, a positive mindset, right? That's a preview of your purpose. What that simply means is it's bigger than what you vision. Woo! That's a preview of your purpose. So let me use, I told y'all I'm gonna only use me because that's who I always have been. Listen, I never thought that I would actually have a program called the Minor Adjustments. I never thought that I would be a substance use counselor. I never thought that I would be a 10-time published author. I never thought none of that, right? I never had a vision of that, right? But however, I did have a vision of not using drugs before again, right? I did think about that. I did have that type of vision. Now, remember what Miles Monroe said. He said, your vision is simply a preview of your purpose. So even though I only had that vision of never using substance again, I didn't have any idea that that was a preview of my purpose. Oh, man, I hope y'all get that. I hope you get it. This is why you have to always visualize vertically. So whatever you have in your vision, whatever you have in your particular, to keep that in the forefront of your mind is because your vision is a preview of your purpose. That means that it's something bigger than what you actually have in your vision. However, if you have negative things in your vision, you don't want that to come to manifestation. So you need to get some type of positive vision and some type of place where you can take this vision and realize that it is a preview of your purpose. I did not know all the other things that came in my life. I had no idea. I did not have them written down. I didn't have a vision board. I didn't have any of that stuff. I simply knew, and once I got my sobriety, I knew that I couldn't go back. I knew that I couldn't go back to where God had delivered me from. I knew that part. I didn't know how I was going to maintain from there. I just knew I had that part locked in. So right now, I'm going to pull over, pause, and park right here. And I want y'all to understand this part. If you can get this part out of all the lessons that we have done thus far, if you can get anywhere but back, I cannot go back to where I came from. That can be your vision. And if that's your vision, that's simply a preview of your purpose. If you get anywhere but backwards, I got to get y'all some bracelets. If y'all don't have the bracelets, I got to make sure y'all get these bracelets. Anywhere but backwards, you got to get that, okay? All right, let's move. It says, What does your first it says, what does your sight show you? And now it says, what does your vision show you? Your vision is a preview of your purpose, like Dr. Miles Monroe said. Great author. Rest in peace. Do you believe in yourself? This is very important. Do you believe in yourself? It says the boy lowered the standard. I want you to live up to the standard that's already set. So this is the story right here about a kid who used to go outside, and he will be trying to dunk this basketball. He will go out there in the basketball court, regular 10 feet standard, and he will be trying to dunk this basketball. Boom, boom, boom. Every day his father will come home from work, ride past his son and see him out there, see his son trying to dunk this basketball. And he was so far away from the rim, it didn't even make no sense. So the father come home one day, he comes home and his son's still out there. Hey, Dad, how you doing, son? The dad go in the house. He sit down. Next thing you know, the son come running in the house. He said, Dad, come on outside. He said, for what? He said, I can dunk now. So the dad know how far he was last week. He was nowhere near dunking the basketball. So the dad went out there and said, go ahead, son, let me see. The son backed up, took the basketball, ran up there, dunked it like harder than Michael Jordan. And his father looked at him, and the father went back over to the rim, and he cranked the rim back up to the original standard of 10 feet. And he told his son, listen, son, don't lower the standard and try to dunk the ball and then call it success. He says, leave the standard high and then live up to the standard, and then you can call it success. And the reason why that seemed like it's not that important, because the question is, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? A lot of times what we keep trying to do, of anybody who is struggling with a drug or substance use disorder, we keep trying to lower the standard instead of living up to the standard. Let me give you an example. My drug of choice used to be heroin and crack cocaine. I never really was a weed smoker or an alcohol smoker. But if I would try to say, well, since marijuana is legal now, I'm going to just smoke marijuana. That's me trying to lower the standard, because I want to try to lower the standard. Or I'm going to just drink. Since drinking wasn't my thing, I'm going to just go ahead and drink, because that's not heroin and that's not crack cocaine. That's me trying to lower the standard instead of living up to the standard that I can't actually do anything, because anything, if I try to do anything, it's possible that it might wake up what's called a sleeping tiger and make me want to do the things that I used to do. So what I'm saying is, don't lower the standard and try to negotiate with other things to try to make it fit your life. Live up to the standard. I don't know if you know this or not, right? One of the hardest things that I had to convince myself was that I can't do anything. Oh man, nobody didn't know, but in my head I was thinking, man, you mean I can't smoke weed, I can't drink alcohol? I had to convince myself, yo, you can't do nothing. And the reason why I didn't want to take the chance of any of those things triggering me, that's another lesson we're going to do. We're going to talk about triggers. You can't take the chance of something triggering you by you lowering the standards. Keep the standard high. If you know somebody who have achieved success in the area where you're trying to go, I'm coming up on, I believe, 14 years in August. That's some success. But I know people who have multiple years past me. But that's the standard. So don't try to lower the standard and then say you're successful when you keep lowering the standard. In a relationship, in my faith relationship with God, God never lowers the standard. His standard is his standard, and that's that. It's not changing. So you either live up to the standard. He's never going to lower the standard and say, see, can you do it? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. All right? Do you believe in yourself? A lot of times, I got to pull over, pause, and park, man. Every time. That's why I love minor adjustment. This is why I love minor adjustment. Listen, a lot of times, individuals don't believe in themselves. And when that happens is they challenge themselves to certain levels. but then they'll get to a place where they actually don't believe themselves. Let me give you exactly how I used to think. I didn't believe. I knew I didn't want to use substance and commit crime anymore. Let me take that back. The only way I used to commit crime was to get the drugs that I needed, right? So I didn't believe in myself in regards to achieving something, right? I just didn't think, I can do it. Now, you can't talk me out of believing in myself. Now, I believe in myself because of the power of God that is invested in me. But before I recognized that I had the ability to accomplish a lot of stuff, I didn't believe in myself. And I say that to say this. A lot of individuals are fearful about never using substance again. Is because they don't actually know what life is going to be like apart from doing all that stuff that we used to do that's attached to using, because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't think that we can actually function apart from all of those things. But I'm here to tell you, it's a better life away from the substance and all that nasty stuff we had to do. Because if we're honest, that the testimony we have is only actually 50% of our true testimony. The other 50 we don't really want to talk about. It was that bad. But that's okay. God covered us in the blood, and that's okay. But the standards and believing in ourselves is tied to us not knowing what life is like apart from what we used to do. Oh, I know you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes we have a fear of giving up our past because we don't know what life is like without that stuff. We've been doing it. I've been doing it. I'm going to use myself again. I've been doing it for 22 years, from the age of 16 to the age of 38, right? That's a long time. 16 to 38, right? I just thought about that. That's more years than I was actually up into 16. So I was born up into 16 to 38. I knew more about that life than I did about life without it. So when you think about it. Do you believe in yourself? Let's move. All right. You will be surprised at how many people don't move forward in life just because of how they see themselves. You have to see yourself free from being in bondage. See yourself more than a conqueror. See yourself as the parent that you always wanted. See yourself free from coming back here, or see yourself doing something productive in your community. See yourself being responsible. See yourself being the children your parents raised you to be, and see yourself as a better person. Close your eyes and see yourself doing it. When I'm talking about the life that you used to live versus the life that you can live apart from the things that you used to do, you have to sometimes close your eyes and see yourself doing it. Doing what? See yourself never doing drugs again. See yourself being the parent that you always wanted to be. See yourself being a productive citizen in your community. See yourself doing it, right? It's awesome to be able have yourself being a productive member of society versus a person that people want to get you out of the community. Today I met somebody, I never met him before, and when we had to go to this event, and when they came to the event and they was like, "Your name Mike?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my name Mike." And they said, "I heard about you. I heard you're a good guy." I said, "Yo, thank you. To God be the glory." But that's awesome when you can have people in the community that other people are saying things about you, and then they'll come and say, "Yeah, I heard good stuff. I heard you're a real good person." And I said, "Man, that's awesome," because I never met the person, but they never even told me who they was talking to, and it didn't even matter. But to have a good reputation in your community versus how it used to be when you were actively using, that's why I'm telling you, you got to believe in yourself, because before, individuals probably say keep them away from you, but now they want to call out and reach out to you. To God be the glory, to try to get help for other individuals. And that's what I'm talking about. You got to believe in yourself. Don't never stop believing in yourself. The things we see now are here today and they're gone tomorrow. But the things we can't see now will last forever. Yeah. Visualize. Always visualize vertically. always visualize vertically. Let me see what else we got here. In Arthur Shalanda Austin's book, it's titled Say It Till You See It. It says this: get a mental picture of yourself being successful. Woo! Ask God for direction, resources, and whatever else you feel will make that vision come to fruition. He says, get a mental picture of yourself being successful. So when you get this mental picture of yourself being successful, now you ask God for the directions, because you need to be guided, the resources, you're going to need help, and whatever else you might feel will make that vision come to fruition. So when you see yourself, get a mental picture. Yeah, Lord, I got that. From this lesson today on Always Visualize Vertically, after today, whenever you have some free time, I don't care if it's just 5 minutes, sit down, relax, listen to some music or whatever, and get a mental picture of yourself being successful. That's homework for you right there. Get a mental picture of yourself being successful, never using again, back with your family restored, marriage restored. If you're not married, you're in a relationship now. See yourself with the job that you always dreamt about having. Get a mental picture of yourself being successful. When you get the mental picture of yourself being successful, that's your vision. And remember, your vision is a preview of your purpose. So we got to remember, always visualize vertically. What else we got here? Thought for the day. Visualize this thing that you want. See it, feel it, believe in it. Make your mental blueprint and begin to build. You see all this mental part, the mental part, visualizing. Thought for today. Visualize this thing that you want. Visualize. What is it that you want? Visualize it. See it, feel it, and believe in it. Make your mental blueprint and begin to build. So whatever you visualize about, you have to make you a mental blueprint and then start building on that vision that you are visualizing about. Again, this is the lesson from the Minor Adjustments Workbook, and that was the lesson, always visualize vertically. Always visualize vertically. If you don't have this book, look in the comment section. I put the link for it in the comment section. It's an awesome book to go along with anything that you might be struggling with. You simply just need to make some minor adjustments. Again, my name is Michael Mickey Williams Jr. Minor Adjustments is dedicated to preventing and reducing crime. Our primary purpose is to teach men or women how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary for their lives, which will allow them to obtain and maintain a productive lifestyle after incarceration and or rehabilitation. Our motto is anywhere but backwards. To God be the glory. Remember, this is another part. If you have the workbook, there is a part 2 to that lesson we just did. I saved that. I don't want to cover that because I want you to go to the book. Go to that second chapter. Do the book. Answer the particular questions on the bullets. And then we'll get back to something else next week. Okay? If you need any type of assistance to get into some type of treatment, please reach out to me. Inbox me. Call me 1-888-239-3299. All right? Just get back with me and we'll be able to help you. All right? God bless you.